Jr.'s pit. Matt Yoakum, what do you got on McMurray for us?
Well, when he looked in his mirror out and saw that his teammate Sterling Marlin had pulled in behind him, he said to his spotter along the mirror, "Is that Sterling?" He suggested, he goes, "Tell him I can run anywhere he wants to run, but I prefer the bottom." Sterling said, "Anywhere he wants to go, I will go." And then about 2 laps ago, he said, "Is Sterling trying to pass me, or is he running warm?" He's starting to dip out a little bit. They said, "We believe he's running a little warm. You just run your line, he'll follow you."
And the reason he asked that is because sometimes the guy behind you may not be able to run the bottom line, so he has to move up, and you don't want to get past if the guy moves up behind you and 7 or 8 or 30 guys go with him. So you want to know where that car behind you is running. You want to help him so he can help you.
10 laps complete. I want you to remember to make note of who leads at lap 50. If you'd like to win a trip to New York City and work as a special correspondent at this December's Winston Cup Awards ceremony, know the driver who leads at lap 50 for your chance to enter the NASCAR Big Apple Sweepstakes. Anything happens, we'll come back live. For now, we take a break from Talladega.
Oh, trouble.
Trouble in turn 4. We didn't even get there. Johnny Benson, Larry Foyt, Jimmy Spencer, David Green, and a couple
Jeremy
of others.
Mayfield is involved.
Is that Tony Raines?
Yeah, it's Raines in the white car. First caution's out. Lap 10. And remember that there's no more racing back to the caution. So this is the point that NASCAR has to determine what order the field was running in as soon as the caution comes out, and set the cars back in that order before they come to pit road.
And that's obviously going to be a huge problem here today because they're all
absolutely
2 wide and 3 wide.
Spencer, Benson, all torn up.
And Jeremy's right front is not turning. That's not a good sign.
Car's rear suspension broken. See how the back right rear fender sitting down all over the tires. There's Larry Foyt.
And again, when I talk about these drivers being so concerned about this, it's not only the danger of getting hurt, it's the fear of failure.
Let's see what happens here. Somebody just started to come around, like maybe he had a flat tire. Was that Mayfield?
That is the left rear tire. We see the tire rolling down the racetrack. That is Jeremy's car.
So he went up into Benson when the tire came apart. Oh, Larry Foyt first, I'm sorry. And then the jam up behind him.
That could be one reason that Jeremy had fallen back is because of that left rear tire going flat.
Don't get any one-car crashes here at Talladega, not very often anyway. 6 of them there. Jeff Gordon there, right side of the screen in the 24 car. He got 4 tires on that last pit stop. He's up to 10th.
Newman right behind him.
Yep. Keep an eye on those guys. Great drive from Mike Wallace, the 09 car. Black, orange, and yellow stripes on it. Right in the thick of things. He was 7th last time across the start-finish line. Walter moves up in front of Junior. And back down in front of Kurt Busch. And splits the middle.
Here comes Junior trying to go by Busch for second spot.
Wallace down on the inside.
He's on the inside of Elliott Sadler, moves him up the hill.
Trying to get behind his brother, Rusty.
And you know, Michael Waltrip, you can't like seeing this because one of those 2 lines of cars behind you is going to start to move, and you have to guess which one.
Well, that's why he's doing what he's doing. He's just mirror driving all over the racetrack.
Uh-oh, no trouble. Elliott Sadler over 1.5 and on his roof. Now the car tumbling hard on the pavement in turn 3. Caution is out. A terrible crash.
Okay, man.
Okay, guys, back it down, back it down. We're not racing. Caution's out. That's why we don't race back to the line.
That is a record.
Yes, Yes,
how
sir.
fast they got to that car. That's great to see.
The attention already focused on the Elliott Sadler car.
Yeah, we see him taking his helmet off. And they're going to red flag the race.
Yeah, we've not passed the lap yet at which they would not use the red flag. So they're going to stop the field on the back straightaway, and we're going to go under the red flag. Look at the damage to that car. What a heavy hit that thing.
Well, that thing was hitting on asphalt.
Yeah.
Normally we see that on grass, but this was on asphalt.
And for everybody that wonders why they use the carburetor restrictor plates to control speed, it's just for that reason. There's a certain speed at which, when you turn one of these race cars around backwards, it goes up in the air.
You see this area right here above the driver? They call it like the birdhouse. Right here. This area looks good.
Yeah.
That's what's protecting the driver, and that really held up well.
There we see the car stopping.
And here he comes out the window.
Oh, that's great. Easy does it.
Yeah, don't cut yourself.
Oh, that's good to see.
He's out.
Scary, scary crash for Elliott Sadler.
Let me get my breath before I take a step.
I'm dizzy.
Let's go back and look.
There he is, right in the middle.
And these guys are Dyson. Go ahead, BP.
And there he makes contact. He comes down trying to get in front of Kurt Busch. They make contact. And watch that thing fly. And there it lands on that road you talked about.
And then when it gets onto the racetrack again, takes another nasty flip. Watch this hit.
That's the hard one right here.
Oh, man.
Oh, they all look pretty hard.
Yeah, they do. I don't want to be in there in any of them. Man.
And like I said, that car really held up well above the driver.
But you see the hood flopping around and the deck lid, the tethers that NASCAR has these teams installed to keep the hood and deck lid work.
He took the steering wheel off right away.
Yeah. That's unbelievable. He had a crash in practice driving for the Wood Brothers a few years ago at Michigan that looked like that.
And see, that's the problem when you get, like I said, when you start mirror driving, and that's what these guys are doing. They're trying to get in front of each other, trying to make blocks this close to the end of the race. You're not going to give a guy a break.
You know, something I want you to think about as you're watching these replays again. Watch what I think happened is Elliott reacted to Dale Jr. Dale Jr. started to turn left in front of Elliott, and I think Elliott just reacted to that and moved left. And that's when he came across the front of Kurt Busch. I don't think he was trying to block Kurt. I think he reacted to Dale Jr. making a sudden move to the left and just instinctively.
That could be, but I mean, you're still getting a lot of that going on right now that you don't see any other time of the race.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, one moves and everybody moves, pretty much.
Already moving. Steering wheel's off. See, watch Junior here. He moves to the left to block Elliott, right here, and Elliott turns.
Could be.
Yeah, could be.
He could be trying to dodge that A car.
Flew in the air a long ways before it hit anything.
And now the banking kicks the car back to the left.
Fortunately, it was down where no other cars hit him while he was flipping.
Didn't take that right front tire long to blow out, did it?
Flip 1.5 times in the air. And it's going to catch again and start going. Another 3.5 times.
When is it going to stop? You got to be sitting there going, please don't hit me.
Yeah.
No.
So he rolled over 5 times. Not counting the time he spent sliding on his roof upside down. Watch again. Junior makes a move to the left to block, and Sadler turns to the left to drive.
Going board with Kurt Busch. You see the contact, yeah.
And there you see the car. Kurt's got a lot of damage to his right front right now.
Yeah. And so we're under the red flag.
And Greg Biffle becomes the lucky dog.
Not inside of 10 laps to go.
Okay.
That's one of the nuances of the rule, this new rule, that
Okay.
once we get to 10 laps to go, they don't give the free pass anymore.
All right.
So,
Sorry, Greg.
and we have 6 laps to go in the race, actually 5.5 with where the field is sitting halfway down the back straightaway. There will be 23 cars on the lead lap, and we're probably going to have 4 or 3 laps left in this thing. So it's not over yet. Michael Waltrip is the leader. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Ward Burton, they're all up there in the running for the win in the EA Sports 500 at Talladega. More drama left to unfold here at the world's fastest speedway. Elliott Sadler fortunately out of his car after this scary ride.
And you're going to see guys trying to lay back.
Like Ward Burton, you see that gap that he's got behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. You'd like to keep that and accelerate a little bit before they do.
So then he'll have a run. When he gets to the start-finish line, he'll have a run, he'll have more speed, and he'll try to get by him. But he's also getting in his ear right now, close it up, because NASCAR will try to keep the cars tight.
All right, here we go. Coming down to the restart line.
Look at Junior laying back from Michael.
Yes. There it is, the restart line right about now is when they need to nail the throttle.
Go, 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 go.
Restart. You see all these guys up to get to that outside retaining wall. You can only pass to the right.
Now, Michael may be a sitting duck right now because these guys have laid back, so we'll see what kind of run they get when they get to the middle of the backstretch.
There is such a thing as getting too far ahead at these drafting tracks.
Yes,
And Michael may be it.
it may be it. He may be a sitting duck. We'll see what happens. Jeff Gordon should be a little bit closer to the 22.
Tony Stewart did 3 wide with Mike Wallace back there coming off 2, but meanwhile, here comes Ward Burton
And
and Junior.
the 8's got some steam. We'll see what happens.
See how Michael blocks. And you know he's going to block. Michael Waltrip, Dale Jr., Ward Burton, Jeff Gordon, Ryan Newman, the top 5. And now just about getting up to full speed in these cars.
I'll tell you what, Michael did a really nice job on that restart.
He did. I thought he'd had too big of a jump, but obviously he did not.
Here comes Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon for 3rd on Ward Burton. Got it. Ward's got no drafting help.
Man, he's just going straight backwards now because all that line will go by.
And look at the pack behind him charging forward.
They're no help.
They get to his front group, it's going to get ugly. Marty.
Jeff Gordon, right before the green flag, said, is there any way I can get rid of this rev limiter chip? They said, turn it to box 2. It's unlimited. That should give him more RPMs. Helped him pass Ward Burton. Really helped him pass the 8 car.
And what that means is they got 2 ignition boxes, and they have chips they put in, and usually they put a higher chip in one box for just this.
Last couple laps of the race.
Get some more RPMs.
And just make note at Talladega, there is the start-finish line. It's not in the center of the trioval like at Daytona. They've got a little more racing to do when they get to that point here on that last lap.
2 laps to go.
Outside, Ward Burton trying to rally back. Ricky Craven getting up behind him to push in the 32. Down the inside, Rusty Wallace. Whoa! Tony Stewart there flirting with that yellow line in the orange car. And the field of accordions back together.
This is where Gordon's going to have to do it. Jeff Gordon going to have to pull out and hopefully Get some help. There.
He's all over Junior's back bumper. Ryan Newman is tucked up against Gordon. They're coming to the white flag. 2 2/3 miles of racing left at Talladega. Do they all make it back around? And who's the first one to the checkered flag?
Wow, there's
Tony Stewart. Shuffling Rusty Wallace out of the way. Jeff Gordon trying to block. Stewart trying to find some running room. Stewart up the center. So far, nobody with anything from Michael Waltrip. Outside, it's Kevin Harvick in the black and silver car.
Gordon's on the outside of the 8 car.
Gordon trying to jump in front of Harvick and get the push. Gordon to second. Michael Waltrip trying to figure out who to block. Here they come to the final corner and down to the start-finish line. Waltrip's going to have enough. Michael Waltrip will win the EA Sports 500 at Talladega. Oh, crash after the checkered flag. Bobby Labonte turned into a couple others.
Big wreck behind you, big wreck behind you. Be careful, just come on around. Big wreck behind you, big wreck behind you. They are lined up outside of you, buddy, outside.
Bobby Labonte, Kenny Wallace, Mark Martin. In a wreck after the checkered flag. Well, he held him off.
He sure did. And that restart won him the race.
It did. I thought he'd got too big a jump, but it was just the perfect jump.
And Junior did not abandon.
No, he didn't.
He stayed there with him.
He stayed with him.
You made the call, VP. Matty. This is the last half lap.
See, Junior still helping that 15 car. He's also trying to run second. He goes up to block the 24 car. And look at this mess behind them.
And wait till you see when they come across the start-finish line. They're 4 wide come across the start-finish line. See Michael blocking the whole field.
Everything he could. Look at Kurt Busch with the damaged fender right back up in the middle, the 97 car. And now after the checkered flag, keep your eye on the green car, Bobby Labonte. He gets bumped by Bill Elliott, I believe.
Big wreck behind
They
you, big
were
wreck
stacked.
behind you. Be
I mean, they
careful,
were
just come on
4
around.
wide.
Big wreck behind you, big wreck behind you. They are lined up outside.
3 rows
buddy,
of 4
outside.
wide.
And Bobby and Kenny Wallace got the worst of it.